Okay, so 3 had this as the table, 1/6 and 1/2, -5, and -10. So again, we just identify the 2 points that are on this line. So the first point is 1/6, -5. The second point is 1/2, -10. And we need to find the slope because we're going to put it in point slope. We have 2 points, but we don't have our slope, so we have to find the slope. So that's going to be y2, and I'm just going to go like this, -10 minus -5. And then I'm going to go right here, there's my x2 minus x1, so that's 1/2 minus 1/6. Minus a negative makes it positive, but we still have more negatives than we do positives, so that's going to be a -5. And then 1/2 minus 1/6. I'm okay, go use your calculator. 1/2 minus 1/6, that's 3/6. That's minus 1/6 would be 2/6 or a third. And when you divide by a third, it's the same as multiplying by 3. Again, if you want to use your calculator, go for it. You should get -15 as your slope then. So m is a -15. And now you just pick one of the 2 points. I'm going to just use the first point. And then here's my slope, and I can write point slope form. Yes. Oh, negative. Yes. Thank you. Okay. But I'll go ahead and write for both points. So if I use the circled point, then that's going to be y minus a -5, which minus a negative makes it positive. And then -15 is my slope, x minus x sub 1. Or the other equation, if I use this second point, y minus a -10, and remember minus a negative would be plus, -15 times x minus a half. Okay? So that would be number 3. Let's take a look at number 4. It's a table again with fractions. And we have 1, and there we go. So again, we need to find our slope, y2 minus y1. So that's going to be 2 minus -2/3 over x2 minus x1. That'd be 2/3 minus 1. Minus a negative is positive, so that's 2 2/3, which is actually 8/3. And then this would be a -1/3. Without using your calculator, 8/3 divided by a -1/3, we can flip and multiply. So then I would take this times a -3 over 1. Those cancel, and I would just have a -8. Otherwise, use your calculator. 2 2/3 divided by a -1/3 is a -8. But I would caution you to put parentheses around these just to make sure your calculator reads it correctly, and it does what you need it to do. So your answers for your slope should be -8. So with the first point, my equation would be y minus a -2/3, so that's going to be plus 2/3. Equals my slope of a -8 times x minus 1. Using the second point, y minus 2, -8 times x minus 2/3. Okay, so don't shy away from the fractions or something that looks a little different than what we've done. You can handle it. Pull out your calculator and use it if you need to. Okay? All right, so today we're going to do a little more